Hi, lovelies and migraine warriors. My name is Kristen Eastep. I also go by Christy, or I'm also known as Sparkly Aura from my personal blog. But I also, under Kristen Eastep, am the blog manager for Chronic Migraine Awareness Incorporated. And so I'm here today to tell you my migraine story. I have asked a lot of people on for the blog to contribute their migraine story. So it's time I tell mine. So I have been married for 29 years and we have 2 adult daughters together. We also have 4 dogs and a cat. So it's a little bit busy here. And then I have worked at Lake West Medical Center here in Lake County, Ohio, on the labor and delivery unit for 26 years as a medical secretary. So I started Sparkly Aura in June of 2019. And then I became the blog manager for CMA in August of 2019. So I had my first migraine with Aura when I was 12 years old. We had been at a neighbor's house decorating because they were coming back from a trip to Italy, and couldn't understand why all of a sudden I couldn't see. So came home and laid down, and my mother didn't know what was going on, and then I got a terrible headache and started vomiting. And so that was the beginning of the traditional migraine with Aura. I've had headache for as long as I can remember. I mean, I was one of those kids, always at the nurse's office, always. I remained episodic until July of 2016. Woke up one day with an aura, just like a normal episodic, and it just never went away. It never went away. And so I couldn't figure out what was going on. I lived in the dark for at least a year, really. I went to see my primary care physician in 2017, and he just gave me a Triptan and sent me on my way. So I went from being, the classic do everything mom and always the ultra dependable employee, and everybody came to me for everything. And I went from that to being completely unreliable and completely broken. I ended up in a very deep, dark depression. I have to be honest, I thought of, ending my pain and my burden on what I thought was my burden on my family and friends and coworkers. But I went to the doctor again, which is, my primary care. That was probably mid-2018. He gave me meds for depression and anxiety. We tried another Triptan, and, it didn't help. So I got referred to a neurologist, which I started seeing my neurologist in September of 2018, was given the primary diagnosis of chronic intractable migraine with Aura. And then secondary, I have hemiplegic migraine, but those don't happen as often as the Auras and the classic Aura with migraine. I started finally searching for other people like me on the internet, and on Facebook I found a few different groups, and I at first just kind of was like that hovering outsider who read and learned but did not interact. And then finally, in about, beginning of 2019, I started interacting with a few people and could not believe that there were so many people like me feeling what I felt, as far as, depression and all that, but also feeling what I felt in my body, in my head, in my face, in my stomach. So it was amazing to me. And once I put myself out there, I was accepted, and it was amazing. Pearson from AWARE, which stands for A Way to Act and Remember Every Day, contacted me and asked me if I would be willing to write my migraine story. And I did that. And I can't even tell you how empowering it was to just say it and own it. And since then, I haven't stopped. Anybody who has questions about migraine or what I'm going through, I tell them what I go through. Now, no two people are the same as far as our symptoms and what works for us. I just want everyone to know that this is not your fault. You did not do anything wrong. You did not ask for this. It's encoded in your genetics. It is a neurological disease. Take that step. Reach out. We will be there. We will roar for you if you can't roar just yet. I just want to say that I have a new purpose in advocating. I'm happy now, even though I'm still sick. I am so honored that my community trusts me to tell their stories. It's amazing. So I rally against chronic migraine every day by speaking my truth and not hiding it anymore. I lived for so many years saying, I'm fine. No, there's nothing wrong, because of the fear of being labeled, like we all are afraid of. I am more than my disease, and I still have more to contribute to this life. I hand out printed materials to my doctor's offices, and some of the physicians that I work with, when they have a migraine patient looking for some answers or some support, have contacted me and asked me, because they know that I am in this community and they know that I'll have some resources for their patient. And that is a great feeling also. Okay, so some of the things that I have been honored to be able to do since I joined this community is in 2020, I went to Headache on the Hill for the very first time. It was amazing. It was such a learning experience. There were so many of us, and the support between all of us was wonderful. I just heard that I was accepted again for this year, 2021, and I'm representing the state of Ohio. I also was I was asked to participate in the ECHO training presented by CHAMP. ECHO stands for the Education Council Headache Online. I received my certificate in December for completing that, and I'm hoping to move on to the second phase of the ECHO training. I attended Retreat Migraine virtually. I learned so much. It was fun, and it was informative. I did contribute to Migraine Month in June, to the MAM website for their blog, and that was exciting. And I brought some of your stories over to our blog, Chronic Migraine Awareness, and so they were presented on both forums. And then I just was asked to contribute to differentlybrained.org. So I am checking that out, and I'm probably going to write something for them also. I just wanted to thank you guys for this opportunity, and I hope that maybe I inspired some of you to go a little further with your advocacy, to speak your truth. Don't hide it, because it's only hurting you inside. Don't hide it anymore. I love you guys, and you can get a hold of me on sparklyaura.com, or my email address for chronic migraine awareness is Kristen@CMA. Bye. Love you.